Hey guys, John here with Paddles Up, and I wanted to start something that's new but really relatable, I think, to men and women, but particularly men right now. It's called the Paddles Up experiment, and this would be considered, quote, day one of that experiment. And I did a little of this before, but it was end of effort experiment, and I just felt like the timing and the name, because we switched our name from End of Effort to Paddles Up, there's a whole message on that on our podcast if you want to see why we changed the name. But Paddles Up, those of you who have been following us, you know what Paddles Up means. These are two paddles. For those of you who haven't seen this, two paddles, so to speak, that they can paddle in the water, they can get stuff done, they can hold on tightly. So it's a little coin term, paddles up, meaning I'm taking my hands off the wheel, I'm taking my hands off the effort and the stress and the strain, the hard work of my own egoic mindset to let the current take me, to let the current of the Spirit take me where the Spirit wants to go. And oftentimes that looks much different than what our ego has planned. And so I used to be a big proponent of planning and goals and all of that, where now it's changed because I've ascended, I've grown. And as a man inwardly, I've become more self-aware of what's going on internally and moving more from the external to the internal. And I think that's important because you may be feeling chaos right now and you don't know what's happening, but you're looking at everything external. And in reality, what's happening with the external is meant to get you to look internally, become self-aware by stilling yourself long enough to say, okay, what is really happening here? And ask the question to God, what is going on? What's happening? Not why is this happening to me, because that's more ego trying to protect itself, but what is going on, and what should I be looking at? What do you want to show me, God? What do you want to show me about myself? And when we do that, this beautiful process begins to open up, but then the external may not match that right away, okay? We start seeing beautiful things in awakening, but the external circumstances, in other words, situations, may not change overnight. That's okay. What we're doing is we're going internally. And this is what this experiment is all about. You're going to see me living my life out loud here to unveil what it looks like for me to ascend by going 18 inches down from the head to the heart and living out of heart-centeredness, so that the mind and the head and the brain can serve the heart, which is what it's always meant to do. And the issue is that we've been conditioned to believe that it's all about knowledge, gain knowledge, which is good to a degree. But if we make that our primary focus and goal in life, then we miss the power of synchronistic, miraculous events taking place in the heart magnification. We live out of the heart that casts forth the magnetism that goes out and starts bringing things in without effort. And that's the beauty of living in a supernaturally natural state. That's what we are. We're supernaturally natural. That's what we're made out of: love, the frequency of love, the spirit of love. And love is a mystery. You can't wrap your hands around it and say, define love in its fullness. It's undefinable. However, this experiment, day by day, that whenever I get a chance to put out a video and it subsequently be writing along with it according to that day, there'll be a book in the end of this, as well as the videos to match that particular day, to give my thoughts and to just process with you guys, is to show that you can ascend in your current situation. See, oftentimes people believe, and I used to believe this all the time, that I have to get everything just right, or I have to get out of the job I can't stand, or have some massive download of cash come my way so that I can go, quote, live my vision or dream. And I'm really discovering that if that happens that way, then we're missing out on a key ingredient, the most important thing, and that is internal awakening. Because if I have somebody throwing stuff at me to fix things all the time, then I have a propensity not to look inward and then allow that growth to take place from the third density world to the fifth density dimension of spirit, pure spirit. And that's really the quote goal, if you will, of life, is to learn what love is for us first and then to everyone else. And the more we do that, the more we become a service of creativity, service in whatever it is that we enjoy doing to others, but do it in such a way that it is untainted service. Yeah, you know the difference between the two? There's tainted service, I have an agenda in this, and then there's untainted, which is, look, I'm doing this for the pure enjoyment of helping my fellow man. Not only it's helping me, but I'm helping my fellow man in this. So follow along if you feel the unction to. You just like, yeah, you're curious, because what you're going to see is you're going to see my body transform. You're going to see my internal world transform. You're going to see me become something of a more full measure of the authentic John. And that's my hope for you, is that by you watching my unfolding, my story, that it's going to encourage you to do the same in your own unique way. Not a copycat of me at all. We know there's no competition in the spirit world, in the kingdom realm of God, and there is no comparison. Competition are closely linked words for a reason, because I'm comparing through competitive mindset. And how often do we do that? So it's your own unique journey. It's your own authentic expression that's beginning to emerge. This is why we feel this unsettling, frustrated, chaotic state right now, is because everything that can be shaken is being shaken. And that which is authentic remains. That which is authentic service to ourselves and others in a healthy way remains. To learn to love. Did we learn to love? No, seriously, really learn to love. That would be the question at the end of the day. So, follow along, and please subscribe, smash that like button, false crack that like button, they would say in Hawaii. And let's do this. You're going to see me real and raw and just being me. As much as I see the authentic me right now, and each day that I evolve, you're going to see that. And to be okay with mistakes. In the days ahead, I think you're going to have to be really okay with fumbling around making mistakes, because when the unraveling of conditioning happens, and it's happening all over the place, when that begins to peel open in greater measure, we're going to see that raw nature of authenticity, individual authentic expression come forward. And it's not about getting things perfect anymore. That mindset, that third density 3D mindset, is over with. So we're really ascending past that now, and it's a little chaotic. We see upheavals, we see things happening in Iran and around the world, because people are flat out tired of the conditioning. We're tired of being controlled and dominated by forces that are living out of egoic expression, and it's only to serve self. So we're transcending that, whether we realize it or not. It's time to just jump in and partner with it, right? So this is day one of the Paddles Up experiment, and then like I said, I'll be writing a little something with it, but kind of keeping those behind the scenes, if you will, right now until the end, when a book comes out called Paddles Up Experiment. And let me know what your thoughts are. Give me some comments, and just please try not to be degrading when your ego is unraveling. Yeah, we all know we have flaws, okay? We don't need to pick each other apart anymore. In fact, that mindset is completely embedded in egoic action, and that is fast fading away. So if you're still on that bandwagon of ripping people apart and shredding them and tearing them down over the stupidest little things, it just means that you're trying to hold on to a 3D world that is fast fading. If you want to be with the quote in crowd, you want to be with the cool kids, so to speak, you'll let go of all that and see the treasure in what I'm saying, and what I look like, and what I sound like, and the rain on the sunroof, and the rain on the back, and he's wearing all black, he's wearing all Under Armour, what is wrong with that guy? You know, that kind of stuff. It's just foolish childishness, garbage. So please withhold from those comments if you would, and I'll do the same on your channel. How about that? All right, we'll chat soon.